By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what Flux AI is, which version to use, how to try it for free today, and why a growing number of professionals are quietly switching away from Midjourney to use this instead. Let's get into it. Flux AI is a family of text-to-image generation models created by a company called Black Forest Labs. Now, Black Forest Labs is not some random startup. It was founded in 2024 by Robin Rombach, Andreas Blattman, and Patrick Esser, the exact same researchers who created Stable Diffusion at Stability AI. These are the people who built one of the most widely used AI image systems in the world, left and started again with a bigger budget, better hardware, and everything they learned from building the first one. Black Forest Labs has raised over $300 million in funding, with backing from Andreessen Horowitz. So when I say this team knows what they are doing, I mean it in a very literal sense. Flux launched in August 2024 and almost immediately started winning benchmark comparisons against Midjourney, DALL-E 3, and Stable Diffusion across three areas that matter most to creators. First, photorealism. Flux generates images that are consistently closer to real photography than most competing tools. Second, prompt accuracy. When you describe something specific, Flux actually produces what you asked for rather than a creative interpretation of it. And third, human anatomy. Hands, fingers, faces, and body proportions are more consistently accurate in Flux than in almost any other model available. If you have ever generated an AI image and watched a person come out with 6 fingers or melted facial features, Flux is the model that fixed that problem. Now, before I show you how to use it, let me explain the model lineup because Flux has multiple versions, and the names are confusing if you do not know what you are looking at. Think of it in 3 tiers. The first tier is the fast and free tier. This is Flux Schnell. Schnell means fast in German. This model generates images in 1 to 4 steps rather than the 50 or more that older models required. That means results in seconds rather than minutes. The image quality is excellent for drafts, testing ideas, and casual use. Schnell is fully open source under an Apache 2.0 license, which means you can download it, run it locally, and use it commercially for free. The second tier is the quality and development tier. This is Flux Dev. Dev is a 12 billion parameter open weight model that produces higher quality results than Schnell. It is the one most creators use when they want something closer to a final output. Dev is available for free for personal and non-commercial use. For commercial work, you need a license from Black Forest Labs, but the barrier to entry is low. The third tier is the professional tier. This is Flux Pro, Flux Pro Ultra, and the new Flux.2 model series that Black Forest Labs released in late 2025. Flux.2 is a 32 billion parameter model, nearly 3 times the size of the original, and it produces 4 megapixel output, which is genuinely high enough resolution for professional print work. This is the tier that advertising agencies, product teams, and design studios are using. So, which one should you start with? If you want to try Flux right now for free with zero technical setup, go to either Replicate or Foul.ai. Both platforms let you run FluxDev and Flux Schnell directly in your browser without creating an account, without installing anything, and without paying anything. You type a prompt, you hit generate, and within seconds you have a result. That is your starting point. Go to replicate.com and search for Flux. Then click on the Flux Dev model and start experimenting. You will see the quality immediately. When you write your prompts for Flux, keep a few things in mind. Flux is significantly better than Midjourney at following detailed, specific instructions. Where Midjourney often interprets prompts creatively and adds its own flair, Flux tries to match your description precisely. This means the more specific you are, the better your results. Do not just say a portrait of a woman. Say a portrait of a woman in her 40s, natural lighting, slight smile, wearing a dark blazer, blurred office background, photorealistic, shot on a Sony A7 at 85mm. The level of detail you put in directly determines the quality of what comes out. Flux will follow that instruction far more faithfully than most competing tools. Now, I want to show you the feature that I think genuinely makes Flux different from everything else, and that is Flux Kontext. Flux Kontext was released in May 2025, and it introduced something called in-context image generation and editing. Here's what that means in plain terms. Most AI image tools take a text prompt and generate an image from scratch. Flux Kontext lets you take an existing image, a photo you already have, a product shot, a portrait, and edit specific elements of it using nothing but a text description. You want to change the color of a jacket in a photo? Describe it. You want to move a product from one background to another while keeping the lighting consistent? Describe it. You want to keep a character's appearance consistent across multiple different images? Flux Kontext handles that because it understands and preserves identity across edits. This is not a small feature. The ability to maintain character consistency across scenes, same face, same style, same visual identity, has been one of the most frustrating unsolved problems in AI image generation since the beginning. Flux Kontext solves it at a level that competing tools have not matched. For content creators building a visual brand, for marketers who need product consistency across an entire campaign, and for anyone who has ever tried to keep a fictional character looking the same across multiple images, Flux Kontext is the answer. Let me give you some real use cases so you can see where this fits into an actual workflow. Graphic designers are using Flux to generate concept art and mood boards in minutes that would previously take hours. Product teams are using it to create clean, photorealistic product mockups without a photography studio. Social media managers are using it to generate unique branded images for every post instead of using the same stock photos everyone else is using. YouTubers are using it to create thumbnails and channel art. Authors and game developers are using it to visualize characters and environments. And photographers are using Flux Kontext specifically to edit real photos, changing backgrounds, adjusting lighting, removing or adding elements without touching Photoshop. Now let me be honest about how Flux compares to Midjourney, because these are the two tools people compare most often. Midjourney has a distinctive artistic style that many people love. If you want something that looks painterly, cinematic, or conceptually beautiful, Midjourney's aesthetic sensibility is hard to beat. It has a creative signature that Flux does not. Flux is more neutral and more literal. It produces what you asked for rather than what it thinks looks beautiful. For creators who want maximum control and maximum accuracy, Flux wins. For creators who want something visually striking with minimal prompting effort, Midjourney is still strong. The honest answer is that both tools have a place, and the best creators in 2026 are using both depending on the job. What gives Flux a genuine edge is the open source ecosystem around it. Because the weights are publicly available, thousands of developers have built custom versions of Flux, trained on specific styles, specific subjects, and specific use cases. These are called LoRAs, fine-tuned adaptations of the base model, and you can find hundreds of them on platforms like Civitai and Hugging Face. Flux's open nature means the ecosystem around it gets better every single week as the community adds to it. So where is Flux heading? Black Forest Labs released Flux.2 in November 2025 and continues to push the boundaries of what the model can do. They are actively working on video generation under the name SOTA, which is in development as of early 2026. The company raised $300 million specifically to fund the next generation of visual intelligence research. This is not a tool that is standing still. The bottom line is this: if you are a creator, marketer, designer, or anyone who works with visual content regularly, Flux AI is a tool worth knowing. It is free to start, produces results that compete with paid tools, and the context editing feature alone is worth learning, even if you never switch away from whatever you are currently using. The combination of open access, high output quality, and a rapidly growing community makes this one of the most important AI image tools of 2026. That is Flux AI. If this video was useful, hit the like button. It helps this channel reach more people who are trying to figure out which AI tools are actually worth their time. And I want to hear from you. Are you using Midjourney right now, or have you already made the switch to Flux? Drop your answer in the comments. Next up, I am covering Manus AI, the tool that does not just generate content, but actually takes actions on your behalf. Books appointments, fills out forms, browses the web, executes tasks end-to-end without you touching a thing. It went from zero to global news story in a matter of weeks, and it is the most interesting AI development of 2026 so far. Subscribe so you do not miss it. See you in the next one.